Well, boys, it's over. I don't know what I had planned for this intro, but I'm not realizing that I didn't actually have anything planned. But yeah, Unus Annus is gone. It's been gone for about a week. I've taken some time off just to, chill my ass out. But yeah, Unus Annus, man, it's it's gone. But that doesn't mean we can't remember it. And for all of you wondering, all of my Unus Annus videos are staying up, damn it, because I didn't re-upload any of the videos in any of them, so they all can stay up. So suck it. Which apparently, even if I had used clips from videos in my own videos, it would still be fair in the ways of Unus Annus. Because in the final live stream, they said it was actually okay for people to keep clips and stuff, which is really cool because that means that I can watch the Unus Annus out of context compilations on YouTube without feeling guilty. So, yeah, there are still a lot of archive channels, but I'm staying away from those because that's against the point. But yeah, Unus Annus is gone. And so, what better way to really cap off the year than to finish up our Unus Annus tier list, because we still have videos from before Halloween to put on the tier list, so that's cool. And in fact, the first one is one that pretty much everyone, including I think Mark and Ethan, forgot about, which is this one. The deep end of Omegle Risky Boogaloo. Yeah. Only the true Unus Annus fans remember this one. So this, if you don't know, was a video that was on Unus Annus that sadly was deleted early because apparently some third party claimed it and took it down, which is kind of dumb considering it was going to end up getting deleted anyway. So you could have just waited like the less than a year that it would have taken. I think this was like close to the halfway point. I think this came out on March 31st, I believe, if I'm correct. But yeah, I mean, they could have just waited like the half a year, and then it would have already been deleted. But, companies don't give a shit about anything. So, who really cares, and who would be surprised that something like that would happen? But, I did look back on my old tier list videos, and I never put this one up on a tier list, because I guess in the period that this one was in, by the time I got to my tier list, it had already been deleted. So, very sad. But in the video, they kind of just try and they go on Omegle. It's been a while since I've seen it. I did watch a re-upload of that before the channel was deleted, actually. And the re-uploader did say that they would delete it when Unus Annus was over, which that one, I think of all re-uploads, is fair, because obviously the video didn't even exist on Unus Annus. So the fans of Unus Annus should be able to watch it somewhere. So I did rewatch this one fairly recently. And yeah, it's pretty good. They go on Omegle, and you can put in tags in Omegle apparently, and you can chat with people that have those same tags. So they put in the same tags and tried to find each other. It's a pretty fun video. An extra value based on the fact that it was deleted early. So I'm going to put this one pretty solid in the B tier. Because it's a decent video and the little extra value. Normally this would be like a C tier, but I think the little extra value to it kind of bumps it up a little more. So B tier it goes. Alright, so now we're actually starting where we left off on the last one. I just wanted to get that one out of the way first because that was one that was not included in any of our tier list videos. So I felt really bad about not having that in there. Alright. Next up, we bought every Grinch costume on eBay. This video was pretty funny. It's one of those videos where, like, upon first watch, it's like, I mean, it's kind of funny because it's just like a bit that they've been going with. But then after I watched it again, after rewatching all the videos right before the final live stream where it all got deleted, which, by the way, before I forget, I will say I was up for the entire live stream. I watched the entire 12 hours. I got home from school because it started on Friday. I got home from school at like 2:45. So I literally went, and I live on the East Coast, so it started at 3 p.m. So I got home at 2:45, got my shit together, came up here into my room, and just watched the entire thing with my friends for 12 hours. And it was really fucking great. But we'll get to that when we get to that. So, this one. Like I said, after rewatching, it was really, really funny and surprisingly entertaining. So, this one is going to earn itself a good old B tier. There you go. Sit with your buddy. And then we've got the pumpkin taste tier list. I really like this one. Surprisingly. Just based off of like the title and the thumbnail, you know, it kind of seems like, oh, it's just another like weird Unus Annus thing. But the video is actually really good, and it's got some good bits in it, and it's actually it's like a decently interesting concept, because I don't think a lot of us eat pumpkins on a regular basis. A lot of people eat pumpkin seeds. I mean, they're pretty good when you roast them up and you put some salt on them. But I don't know, man. Which also, that was another bit, was throughout the video and right at the end, Ethan was like, can we make pumpkin seeds? Can we make pumpkin seeds? So yeah, I'm gonna put this one, I don't know, it's tough, because I don't know if it quite deserves an A. Based on just looking at the rest of the videos in this section, I'm gonna say this is gonna go in B. If I were to rank these within each tier, this would definitely be at the top of B right now, but I don't think it's quite worthy to go in A based on the stuff that is to come later. Alright, learn to jump higher in 16 minutes and 16 seconds. This was one of the videos where it kind of seems like the idea is like, okay, it's the end of Unus Annus, so they're scrambling for ideas. So that's kind of what it seems like on the surface, but this video is surprisingly funny. So, I gotta give it credit for that. This is, based on my description, you already know exactly which tier this is going in. But I mean, yeah, I will say it was a really funny video, especially with the whole bit where they would just do like the little short hops without bending their knees. Oh my god, it was really funny. I just spit all over my mic, but it's okay. That happens sometimes. So like I said, you already know exactly where I'm gonna place this one. It's going in B, just because that's the tier for good, but not good enough. Not what I meant to say. Not quite as good as some of the really good ones. The creme de la creme. That's French for cream of the cream, which everyone knows means good. Bobbing for literally anything but apples. Another kind of in the series of Will It something. They had like Will It Soda, Will It Snow Cone, and Will It Oreo. And this is Will It Bob. So, I mean, this one is, I don't know. Like I said, it's a mashup kind of the series, the like Will It Do This series. So literally anything but whatever. And the other bobbing for apples video they did, bobbing for apples, but the water gets increasingly thicker. Which that video idea was really funny. This one, by comparison, is not nearly as funny. And I'm also now remembering about all the shit that they put in the water, including the muffins, which, oh my fucking god, that triggered me so much. Oh my god. Just having the muffins, like, it's alright. Having the muffins, like, disintegrate in the water, and then, like, Mark, like, scooped them up, and, like, got all in his hair. It's just fucking gross, man. That's one of the parts of Unus Annus that I do not miss. But I mean, this video in general is good. So I'm going to say, just for the pure gross factor, I'm going to put this one in C. But I mean, it's still a decent video. So B tier on quality, but on gross factor, it gets knocked down a tier. So, you know, maybe be less fucking gross. Ooh. Banger alert, this video is completely unedited. Great video concept. I mean, it's not a new concept of having videos unedited. I mean, just look at my fucking channel. But I mean, this video is really, really funny because they had to just remake all of their effects with just shit that they had. Really, really funny idea. Because, I mean, if they had just, like, done a normal thing, it would have been like, oh, okay, cool, I guess it's not edited. But the fact that they tried to do all the effects, they just, like, fucked up doing all the effects. Oh, it was really funny. Oh my god, and then I forgot the end of the video, they actually pull the, because the whole video is them waxing their noses, the inside of their nose. There's not a lot of hair on the outside, if you haven't noticed. Yeah, so they wax their noses, and at the end, they pull the things out, and it's still stuck in their nose. And the video ends, like, with Amy just, like, pointing the camera at the timer, and you could just still hear them, like, losing their shit. Oh my god. I still like that, like, even, like, the timer at the beginning and the end aren't edited. They just pulled up a thing on their laptop and pointed the camera at it. Oh my god. Like, there are no edits in this video, which I really do appreciate. Even, like, the background music, they do in real time. They have, like, an iPad with music on it, and they just select the music. Oh my god. And they have to restart it, like, every 2 minutes. Really, really funny. So that's going in A tier. Mama Plier tells us true scary stories from Korea. Now, this one, I had really high hopes for, and based on that statement, you already know how this review is going to turn out. I mean, it's got Mama Plier in it, and also scary stories from Korea. That could be anything. And, like, in general, like, Asian folklore to me is, like, pretty interesting. So I was ready to hear some, like, really cool, interesting shit. And then it was kind of just, like, basic scary story stuff. I mean, the Mama Plier aspect made it a little better, but even, like, you know, Mama Plier, as far as, like, comedy goes, like, I would say, like, Amy is, like, here just because she doesn't talk a lot. Ethan is just a little above that. Evan, I have no idea. I mean, he barely talks. Actually, no, he's up here because of Peace Anna. Peace Anna was Evan's idea, and it was my fucking birthday video. Oh my god. I still feel so lucky about that, by the way. Peace Anna was my fucking birthday video. Yeah, sure. Shout that from the rooftops. That shit was crazy. But yeah, like, Amy down here just because she doesn't talk a lot, and then slightly above that is Ethan. Just a little more above that is Mark, and then way up here is Mama Plier, as far as comedy goes. But, like, even in this one, she wasn't quite on her game. So, you know, everyone has rough days. But, I don't know. This video, in general, was kind of just, definitely, like all the other Unus videos, it's definitely entertaining. But, it's about to go in C tier, fam. Alright. The Pumpkin Spice Challenge. So this one is kind of like their version of the Cinnamon Challenge. Actually, that's exactly what it is. I don't know why I said kinda. I have a habit of doing that. It's very weird. But yeah, it's kind of, they just take pumpkin spice, which is just a bunch of other spices, which includes cinnamon, by the way. And they just take a tablespoon of that and they shove it in their gob. And they try not to fucking die. Because, you know, the Cinnamon Challenge is not good for you. Because you get cinnamon in your lungs, which is not fun. Because you're not supposed to have anything in there except for air. So, and also carbon dioxide. And various other things. I don't really know how lungs work, actually. But definitely cinnamon is not supposed to go in there. I know that. So yeah, it's just the Cinnamon Challenge, but with pumpkin spice. But with the added benefit of Mark had done the Cinnamon Challenge before, so he knew how to not die, and then they didn't die. So that's good, I guess. But we're not rating this on safety. We're rating it on content. So this is going to go all the way down to C tier. Because it's kind of just like, hey, they eat a spoonful of pumpkin spice and nothing happens. Cool. So, I don't know. This one, Mark and Ethan build a scarecrow. So this one, what was the scarecrow's name? Fuck. Oh, it was Goopty Tambaruli Jurtelsk. I remember his name. I bet they don't even remember his name. I think they were talking about the scarecrow in their final live stream, or was it the live stream? No, it was the recreating every Unus video, which we'll get to that. That's, spoiler alert, great fucking video. But yeah, they talk about this video in there because obviously they're recreating all the videos and they can't remember the scarecrow's name, but I remember his name. That just means I'm a nerd. Fuck. Fuck. Anyway, Gupti Tamburuli Jurtulsk is created in this one. And what I do like in this one is normally this video, because all they really do in the video is they make the scarecrow and that's it. So normally this video would go in like C tier, like the other ones that I was just kind of talking about. However, like more towards the end of the video, Amy says basically exactly what everyone's thinking, and she's like, yeah, this isn't a really very Unus Annus-y video. A more Unus Annus video would be like turning Ethan into a scarecrow. And she was like, yeah, I think this video is just kind of boring. And I was like, oh shit, are they about to like just retcon this video right now? And in response is one of the funniest bits where Mark and Ethan actually acknowledge like the thing. There was a whole running joke among the community that like Amy was just like going not quite insane, but like just like power mad. And they have the whole thing where they like take hay and they're like they're gonna like shove it down her pants. Very funny. So just because of that, I'm gonna knock this up from a C to a B. I like B tier. That's very good tier. B for bah, I'm a sheep. I couldn't think of any other fucking words that start with B. Why are you watching this? I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, this one, very Ethan. No, I didn't want to open. God, no. Anyway, that's besides the point. You're trying to distract me here. Pressure washing our sins away. A very Ethan idea, if I must say. And also, they said it in their video that we'll get to later, where they talked about all their video ideas that they've ever had. There's a hair on my camera. Don't yell at me for blowing on you. I'm very sorry. But anyway, the video they're talking about all their video ideas that never happened. They talk about the idea generating process, and they talk about this video specifically and how very much an Ethan idea it was, because it's just like, oh, they got a thing and then they fuck around with it, which is some of the videos that I've shit on a lot in the past, but I mean for good reason, because there's not a lot going on, and turns out those were all Ethan's ideas. So that's really great. I like Ethan. I don't like his Unus Annus ideas as much. So this one's going in C tier. I guess I didn't really talk about the video. I talked about what they talked about with the video. But you know what? This is my tier list, so I say what I want. Oh, I almost skipped ahead and gave spoilies. But this one, we force Mark to swim in the ocean, in parentheses, his greatest fear. Yeah. I mean, he swims in the ocean. It's pretty funny, because it's like the running bit. It's kind of like Mark's version of the Hooked on Phonics video for Ethan, because there's the running joke that Ethan can't read, which, by the way, he can't read. He literally can't read. After Unus Annus died, I went back and watched some of Ethan's older videos. He can't even read then. He can't fucking read. And that's okay. You don't have to read to be really funny. No, but anyway. So, Mark's running bit was that he has very dense bones, so he's not good at swimming. So, yeah, they take him out into the ocean. This is one of two videos that they do out on the sea. Well, it's not a sea, it's an ocean. It's the Pacific Ocean. But he swims out in the ocean, and Ethan is just, like, chill, and Mark is, like, this big, like, kind of buff dude. And, like, he, like, swims out, like, 5 yards and then comes back and he's on the boat. He's just like it's like fucking war flashbacks. It's really funny. You had to be there. Isn't that the story of Unus Annus? Anyway, I don't know why I'm crying. I was there actually. But yeah, I'm gonna put this one at a B. Very solid video. Next up, the other video that they filmed out on the ocean, we've got fighting fish to the death in the deep blue sea. So this one, they're just on the same boat and they're just fishing, which normally you'd be like, huh, that's weird. And it is, but it's funny and very entertaining. So I like. Alright, that's all I have to say about this one. It's literally just, as I keep going with these videos, I have less things to say, so I just don't don't say anything. Alright, so A tier. Woo, let's give it up for A tier. Wow, A tier. Alright, that's enough. That's enough. Thank you. Alright, now we got Cryptid Olympics. This video was really funny. And it was Ethan's birthday video. Round of applause for Eve. Alright. Thank you. Alright. So yeah, this video, they just make up various Olympic events that have to do with cryptids, and they do it. And it ends up being really funny, and honestly some good ideas for like mini games. So more power to them. Very funny and entertaining video, and it was Ethan's birthday video. That's gonna be our first S tier of the day, folks. Woo! Yay! Don't give it up for S tier. We've had enough applause so far. Ooh! Phasmophobia in real life, baby. This video was great. This video's great. Perfect. This is like, technically, I guess Cryptid Olympics is technically the start of the Halloween week stuff. Because actually, yeah, October 24th, that's the start of the week. The Halloween week. Because a week from then is the 31st, which is Halloween. So, I guess this is the first, or this is the second of the Halloween week stuff. But this video is really amazing. They go into an abandoned house and they take out all their ghost hunting equipment and they just go through all the house, and there's some spooky shit going on, and also a little bit of goof and gaff, which is my kind of video. So this one is getting planted firmly in the S tier. Firmly. That's extra emphasis. I don't know. Alright, next up, by comparison, a lot goofier, Edward Pumpkinheads. So in this video, they just tape a bunch of pumpkin tarving. God, I can't fucking speak. They tape a bunch of pumpkin just take away my YouTube channel. Just take it away. I can't fucking do it. They tape a bunch of pumpkin carving utensils to their hands and their fingies, which are on your hands, and they carve pumpkins with them. The whole thing in the video is that it's not very safe, so don't do it. Don't do it. I'm reinforcing what they said. Even though the video is deleted and you can't watch it anyway, don't do it. So yeah, I mean, pretty good video. There's a bit of banter, clever banter. So yeah, this is gonna go in B for banter. Ooh, bloodbath. Now this thumbnail is extremely cursed. And also the video is very cursed. So what they do in this video is they just try and make blood. Try and make fake blood. They just have a bunch of random ingredients, and they're like, alright, we gotta mix these right so that we can make the perfect fake blood. And they end up just dumping everything in there. So, and they pour chocolate sauce on themselves, which is actually what's on his face. It's not actually the same stuff as what's in the tub. That's just purely chocolate sauce. Chocolate sauce. But anyway, pretty good video. And this is gonna go in B for blood and also B for a bath, which I should take one. Very gross. So that's the bit. The bit's done. That was B for bit. The bit's over. Alright, so next up we got the Unus Annus annual costume contest. I don't know why I've put on this voice. This is very strange. Anyway, I don't know why I said anyway there, because it just made it more awkward. Anyway. You see what I did there? I'm making funny bits. Alright, Unus Annus annual contest for costumes. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody I messed up the title. It's alright. Yeah, I do love these concepts where it's like, oh yeah, the Unus Annus annual this thing. It's really great, man. They're just reinforcing the idea that we're all gonna die. So, thanks guys. I hate it. And I love it. Great idea, but I hate it. So, I don't know where that puts this video. So basically they just try on costumes for Halloween. And I mean, it's pretty funny, so I'm gonna put it in B. Great stuff. Alright, Ethan turns Mark into a werewolf. So, you remember the Santa Claus video? I think the one that came out on Christmas. Where Ethan just glues a bunch of Chica's fur to Mark's beard area in order to make him look like Santa Claus. So yeah, he basically just does the same thing. But all over his body. So, shenanigans ensue, and the whole thing of the video is that Mark hates having the dog hair on him, and the whole time there's this thing, it's like, oh Mark, you gotta run, the villagers, they're coming after you, and he's like, oh yes, please, just kill me. It's pretty funny. Alright, it's going in B. Alright. Oh, this one's good. Ethan kidnapped Mark. Ooh, I like this one. So this is Ethan's version of Mark's outdoor escape room. So they're in the abandoned house that they've been in. So yeah, actually, throughout the week of Unus Annus, so they did Phasmophobia in real life, Edward Pumpkinhand's Unus Annus annual costume contest. This one, Ethan kidnapped Mark, and then the next one that we're gonna get to, all of those ones they did in an abandoned house. Bloodbath, and then Ethan turns Mark into a werewolf, as well as Cryptid Olympics, but that was kind of before. They did not there. They did at Mark's house. I don't exactly remember why, but I guess that's what it was. Oh, I think Bloodbath is because they didn't have a bath in the abandoned house, and the other ones I don't remember why. But I mean, it's still good. But yeah, this video was chef kiss. Very good stuff. So yeah, it's just an escape room, and throughout the whole video, Ethan is like the puzzle master man, and he just like doesn't know the escape room. So the whole time, everyone is just nagging Ethan, and Ethan's like, okay, I'm sorry, guys, jeez. Oh my god, it's really funny. This is going up there. Bam. I like. And how very sad. The truth of Unus Annus. So this video, it's kind of not a lot happens. They do show off the coffin for the first time, the casket, which is very cool. Mainly this video is just, there's a lot of cool shots, but the video kind of just centers around the idea that like everyone is like just now freaking out. It's like, oh my god, it's like finally setting in that Unus Annus is gonna die. And so it's just like Ethan and Mark, Unus and Annus, if you will, trying to grapple with the fact that they're all gonna die. And like I said, there's some pretty cool shots in the video. So just out of respect, I gotta put this up in A. S tier is reserved for godly content, so I would not put something like this up in S, just because it's not like there's not a ton of content going on, so it's not quite worthy of S. So then to follow up, we've got accepting the truth. So in this video, they kind of just chill out and relax, and it's like, yeah, the truth. The truth is that they're all gonna die, but that's fine. And so it's just nice and relaxing. They hang out in their hot tub, and it's all really, really great. And they talk about the final live stream. This is the first time they actually mentioned it. So that was really cool, and we all marked it down in our plan books that we definitely have. And then we went on our merry way. So this video, once again, for the respect, I gotta put it up in A for my boys. There you go. Alright. And whoo-wee. Boy, after Halloween week, even Halloween week was great, by the way. After Halloween week, it kind of went back to how it was in the first month, or first couple of weeks, whatever, which was oops, all bangers. The final videos of Unus Annus was all bangers. They're all fucking great. Which, starting off, the Unus Annus Last Supper, extremely great. They make a 7-course meal where they compile a bunch of stuff from videos that they did throughout the course of Unus Annus, and a lot of the courses are like surprisingly good. They're like meant to be like horribly gross. Like I believe the first one, they have like thick eggnog, so they put thicket in eggnog. And then they have cricket ginger snaps. So they made ginger snaps, but with cricket flour. And in the video, they were like, "Oh my god, this is really fucking good." So yeah, they have a 7-course meal, and it turns out great somehow. And yeah, this video was very fun to watch. So up in A tier, baby. Being brutally honest with each other. Now, this video was a piece of history, which, by the way, I can also just point out in this thumbnail, Mark reminds me a lot of, he reminds me a lot of Hamilton, like Lin-Manuel Miranda as Hamilton. For some reason, Mark just reminds me of Hamilton in this thumbnail. I have no idea why. There's just the energy there. But I don't know. This video is really something special. So they just sit down and they have a bunch of things. So they're, as they say in the title, they were brutally honest with each other. So they said a bunch of negatives about each other, but also a lot of positives as well. I will say there were a lot more positives than negatives, but the negatives were all like very meaningful. They weren't just like shitting on each other. It was just like things that they have to work on. It was more constructive criticism. And a piece of Unus Annus history in this video, Ethan was so nice that he made Mark start to cry, which was just a beautiful moment. So I really, really, really enjoyed this video. So, and I've talked to my friends, a lot of my friends consider this like one of their favorite videos, and I kind of would as well. I wouldn't, just personally, I wouldn't put it in my top 3, but I would definitely put it up with my favorite videos. So, just out of respect for the meaningfulness of this video, as well as how damn good it was, this is going in S tier, folks. Hoo-wee. Speaking of another S tier, I talked about it earlier. You might know it, you might love it. Recreating every single Unus Annus video. This video was so damn good. Oh my god, this is the longest video in Unus Annus history. It went more than 45 minutes. And yes, I watched the whole thing. Who the fuck do you think I am? Yeah, I think the previous longest, I think it was their mime video. I'm not entirely sure, but it was something like that, and it was like just a little over 30 minutes, and then this video just destroys it and it's 45 minutes. Jeez. But yeah, in this one they recreate every video that came before it, but it's just based off of their memory, so there's a lot of videos that they just don't remember. It was really, really funny. So this one, and the whole basis of it was like, oh, if you haven't watched all the Unus Annus videos, there's not enough time to rewatch all of them, so here you go, it's all in one video. And I really, really respect that. This is going up in S tier as well. Hell yeah. Ooh, this one I also talked about. All our video ideas that never happened. This was really, really good to see. So in this, it's exactly what the title says. They talked about all their video ideas that they had, but unfortunately, they were never able to film. Especially a lot of them were things that they could have done in the last week, but they had things planned out for the last week already, so they didn't want to mess with that, which honestly, respectable decision. So, but yeah, they just had all their ideas that they didn't do, and they just threw them out there. And a lot of what they talked about in this video is pretty much anyone could do Unus Annus. No one could do it how they did, because they're their own people, obviously, and they did do it extremely well. They did it amazingly. But anyone could do their own Unus Annus, and they were talking about even if they just did the same videos that were in the original Unus Annus, it would be entirely different because it would be a different person, and I really, really respect that. Which maybe there might be something coming in the future. You're just gonna have to wait for that. If you're gonna want something special in the future having to do with Unus Annus, you're gonna have to smash that fucking subscribe button. I fucking hate saying that though. It's funny. Smash that fucking subscribe button. Oh my god. Anyway, this one was really, really good. And it was extremely funny. So, pow! Right on up there. Alright. Ooh, this one. Who's cutting onions in here? This video was really funny. They just cut onions and then they talk about sad shit. And throughout the whole thing, anytime they say anything really sad, they're like, who's cutting onions in here, man? And at the end of the video, there's like a whole thing where it's like, this whole time I was asking, who's cutting onions? But it was you. You were the one cutting onions. It's really, really good. So, very enjoyable, very sad, but also just the way they talk about the sad shit is really funny. So, this is going up into A tier. And we've got this, the first annual Unus Annus roast. As you can see in the thumbnail, with Dingleberry Slim and Chattanooga Chungo, which is also known as Unus Annus. But yeah, so this one, they just posted out on Twitter. Send in your roasts and we'll read them. And they did. And some of them were good, some of them were funny. A lot of them were just cop-out shit. I feel like anytime any YouTuber asks for roasts, it's either like three things. Number one, the roast is like actually good and funny, which seldom happens. Number two, it's just like a weird cop-out, like they post a picture of like a fucking roast beef, or they just like say something like not very roasty, and then they say, oh guys, I was just kidding, I love you guys, which is always dumb. That's not the point of a roast. You don't say mean shit and then be like, oh no, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean. It's like, no, they get that it's a bit, just fucking say it. Or number three, you get the people who go way too try hard on it. Like, they just fucking go in, and at that point, everyone's like, yeah, we already know all this shit, and it really speaks more to you because you took the time to say out all this shit. We don't even care. So, clearly, you're just trying to go for some shit, and it's not gonna work. So, yeah, but there were actually some decent ones in this. Excuse me? Fucking what happened? I zoomed way in. It's alright. I've fixed it. I'm great at my job. I know what I'm doing. This isn't a job. Help me, please. Alright. This one, I think this can go in A tier. Very good stuff. Oh, yeah. I forgot. For, like, the first half of the video, their normal, like, front-facing camera, the files on it got corrupted, so they had to redo it. luckily they have 2 cameras for all of it, so their second camera view was fine, but their front camera view, whenever they would cut to that, they would have to recreate it, so it would just be them sitting there going, because they had the audio from their logs, but they didn't have the video. It was really funny. Okay. The God's Fitness Test. Oh boy. So this was the fabled video that they kind of teased way back in the King's Royal Fitness Test, which was pre-COVID. So, like, way early in the year. And now they finally did it. So they had Team Unus and Team Annus. Team Unus was Ethan and his trainer, Andre. We finally got to see Andre. And then Team Annus was, of course, Mark and Alex, which we all know Alex. We love Alex. Great dude. Yeah, but they just had a bunch of fitness things, and they faced off. I forget who won. I don't think actually anyone won. Yeah, I don't think anyone won. So, I'm not sure. But this video was great nonetheless. Wow! God's Fitness Test, it only deserves to be up there in S tier. Alright. Saying goodbye to all our guests. This video is really, really sweet. They call up every guest who's ever been on Unus Annus. So they're all the people who like they worked with. So like Isabella from the ABC Caskets. Like basically just all the people that they like, all the professionals that they went out and worked with and stuff like that. It's really, really great. And they were all like really nice, and it was a really sweet video. So this one in particular, not a ton of comedic value in this. Actually, no, there's plenty of comedic value in this one, but I don't know. It's just I'm gonna put this one in A. It kind of belongs there. So I don't know. Ooh, this one. Ooh. Everything's legal if you're dead. This video was very funny. So in this one, they basically just recreate cooking with sex toys, but it's the illegal version. So they have a bit at the beginning where they steal the sex toys. I doubt they actually stole the fucking sex toys because they got it on camera. Well, there's no actual video of it. It's just audio, but I'm sure they didn't actually steal the sex toys. And they call their lawyer and they keep talking about basically just committing insurance fraud. It's really, really funny. And it combines the cooking with sex toys with, if you'll remember earlier, the all our video ideas that never happened. One of Ethan's ideas was an idea he called his magnum opus, Fuck Machine Thanksgiving, which is they just have fuck machines and they tape a spoon to it and they have it like force feed them like food. So they do cooking with sex toys again with new sex toys, and then they just use a fuck machine and force feed it to themselves. It's really, really funny. Yeah. So this one, I think this is going up in S with all the other boys. Because it's like, it represents the kind of like the beginning, because they're recreating cooking with sex toys, but then it's also just really funny. So, alright, this one. 7 minutes in heaven and 7 minutes in hell. So in this, they use a portable sauna. However, it's not the same portable sauna from P-Sauna. I imagine they threw that one out and bought a new one, which would make sense. But they do all of the relaxing techniques that they've learned on Unus Annus. For Ethan, he gets 7 minutes of relaxing things, and then Mark's 7 minutes is just like all the worst shit that they've ever done. So, it's a really funny concept, especially because another thing they were talking about in all the video ideas that never happened is they had a lot of ideas where it was just like, it would be like Ethan would get like a really nice thing, and then Mark would just get like the way worse version of that. And that's kind of what this video is. So this one is going to go in A. Alright. And now the last video of Unus Annus. The Unus Annus annual sleepover. Another annual thing, which is I already talked about that, but yeah, this one is kind of everything I had hoped for the last video. I mean, sleepover is kind of funny. Mark has a whole bit. He has a bunch of different like pillows and stuff, because this whole bit is like, what? It's a sleepover. You're supposed to sleep at it. Which, what a fucking nerd. Ew, dude. I'm a nerd, and I don't sleep at sleepovers. I don't even sleep when I'm not doing a sleepover. So, I mean, but this one is really funny. They just had a bunch of stuff. Like, they had, like, little knockoff Nerf guns. And they had snacks, and they made friendship bracelets. Whole bunch of fun stuff. And one thing about this video, though, in the video, Mark had a bag of Takis. And some of you might know where I'm going with this, because what he does with the Takis is fucking horrifying. He takes the Takis, he puts it in his mouth, licks off all the powder, and then spits it out, which is one of the grossest things I've ever watched. It was fucking disgusting. I don't even know if it was a bit or not. I imagine it was, but even as a bit, it's fucking disgusting. I cannot deal with that. And at one point, he had apple juice, and he took one of his Takis, and he spit it out into his apple juice bottle. It's so bad. But yeah, this video is extremely funny, and I know it is very gross, so normally that would knock it down. But, you know what? For the sake of good content, I'll leave it in S. So, alright. The time has come. Goodbye. This is the final live stream. The final chance that we got to enjoy Unus Annus as it was. Moment of silence for our boys. Alright, the moment's up. That was too long. That was too long of a silence. Anyway, let's talk about this shit. Like I said earlier, I watched the entire time. The whole 12 hours. It was an amazing stream. Extremely funny. There was a lot of cool shit. Amy finally got her bug watch. Oh my god, if you remember that, though, the one with Sean, Jacksepticeye, where they donated toys to charity. They bought a bug watch for Amy, and then they accidentally donated that instead of giving it to Amy. In the live stream, Amy finally got her bug watch, which I never thought was going to come up again, but it did, and I love that it did. And also, Mark got a white top hat, which just made him look like Bowser from Super Mario Odyssey. It was really funny, but it was cool. And they brought out the casket. They each got in the casket one at a time. Not for the end of it, just like for shits and giggles, I guess. Although while each one of them was in the casket, they said like some nice things. It was really beautiful. The stream as a whole, it was really, really beautiful. What else was there that I was gonna say? Oh yeah, they basically just rewatched a bunch of Unus Annus videos. There were a bunch of hashtags throughout, talking about like all the like things that people have done for the channel, which I do want to say, I did a ton of stuff. Not everything that the channel had to offer, but I did a lot of different stuff for the channel, and unfortunately, none of my stuff ever made it onto Unus Annus. But you know what? I feel like that doesn't really dampen my damp is that a word? I don't know. It doesn't worsen my experience of Unus Annus in any way, because at the end of the day, I still did it and I still had fun doing it. So I don't really care that it wasn't in the videos. And if I really cared that much, all the videos are deleted, so I could just say that I was in a video and no one would be the wiser. Of course, now that I've said that, I couldn't, but I mean, that wasn't my plan anyway. So, but yeah. And to end the stream, they went on the their channel, and they were hovered over the button that said delete all content, delete the channel, everything. The big blue delete button. It wasn't. It was actually blue. It's not like a big red button. It was blue. It was weird. And yeah, as soon as the timer ticked down, they hit that button and the stream stopped. And then, of course, everyone does the classic. You go on Unus, you refresh the page, and it's gone. And actually, I think actually like immediately after the stream stopped, I think actually the channel was still up weirdly, but like you refresh it a couple times and it's gone. So, yeah, and the video got the streaming got over 1 million likes, and by the end of it, I think they said like 1.5 million people were watching the end of Unus Annus, which is still weird considering Unus Annus had like 4.5 million subscribers by the end of it. So there were like 3 million people that were subscribed but didn't watch the end of Unus Annus. But that's neither here nor there. It was a really beautiful stream, and you already know where this bitch is going. You already fucking know. I don't have to say shit. I could have literally just put this thumbnail up on there, and you would have already known exactly where it was fucking going. But let's put it up there anyway. Bam! Right up there. How could you not? How could you not? You know what? Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a flip-dickin' second. Bam! We've done it. God tier. Truly, truly deserving. Wow. Yeah. I mean, what more can you ask for than 12 hours worth of content? And then the channel finally gets to fulfill its purpose. And also, I forgot to mention, there was a stream exclusive merch item on their website. It was a holographic Unus Annus poster, and your boy totally ordered that. So, I mean, it's not supposed to come until like January, but I don't care. You ever stop to think about that? I don't care that it's gonna get here in January. I want it, and it's only $15, so it's worth. That's the real worth. I'm taking some of these down because they're all just like ripped up and shitty. And also, I have like 15 million Five Nights at Freddy's fucking posters. I mean, I got them all in like 2016. So, shut up, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, this is it. The final Unus Annus tier list. Voila. Mwah. Mwah. I do miss Unus Annus, but, you know, that's life. Yeah. Like I said, in the future, I don't know when, you don't know when, there might be something coming up with Unus Annus, so you'll just have to stick around to find out. That's all I'll say. So, thank you guys so much for watching this, and if you watched this series of tier lists that I did, good for you. If you were watching Unus Annus, especially when it got deleted, thank you for helping support Unus Annus, because genuinely, I think they did an amazing job this year. I know some of the videos I said were not as good. I mean, like, I've ranked some of them in like F tier, and like I was like, oh, they're not good. But, you know, at the end of the day, every video is its own art, and I guarantee I could watch every single one of the Unus Annus videos, each and every one. I could watch back over if I could. I could watch it back over and have very much enjoyed it. So, well, like, I guarantee it would either make me laugh or just like a strong enjoyment of it. But I don't know. I think I've said before, if I ranked them compared to like all of YouTube, every single video would be an S tier. But I gotta rank them compared to each other. So yeah, it's nice kind of to have it gone. I'm still trying to get over at 3 o'clock every day. I look at my phone expecting to see an Unus Annus video there, and it's like, oh shit. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. But I'm sure I'll get over that. Because they say it's like, oh yeah, if you do something for 21 days, then it'll become a habit. Well, I've been doing something for a whole ass year, so that shit is burned in my memory. But it is what it is. And I do want to say, genuinely, Mark and Ethan and Amy and everyone who touched Unus Annus did an amazing, phenomenal job. It was genuinely one of the coolest things I've ever seen on this platform. And I really, really hope to see more of this out of them. I know Ethan, they were talking about, is hopefully doing bigger things. Even Mark was saying it, I totally agree. I want to see a short film out of Ethan, because I think he could do an amazing job. And I do want to say, especially the last couple of videos that were on Unus Annus and the final stream were a big inspiration for me, and I'm feeling more motivated, and I want to make some really cool shit for you guys. So that's really all I have to say. Mark and Ethan, if you are somehow watching this, just know you did an amazing job with Unus Annus. And it's not just Unus Annus, but that's what we're here for. So Unus Annus was one of the most amazing experiences that I've ever been a part of, and you guys have really inspired me to want to make shit. So thank you to Mark and Ethan if they ever see this. Thank you to all of you that are still watching this, because I've been recording for a long ass time. Over an hour. Yeah, if you're about to sit here and watch an hour-long episode of this idiot just talking about shit, thank you. Really, thank you. All of you so much. None of you had to watch this. But if any of you did, then thank you. Really. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna wrap this up before I spend another hour just doing this. I literally could. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you were here for Unus Annus. If you weren't, well then, I have videos about Unus Annus that you can look at. Or there are plenty of Unus Annus out of context videos on YouTube that you can watch. Stuff like that. But, yeah. Thank you guys for everything having to do with this series. The Unus Annus in general has given me a lot of inspiration, both through the actual Unus Annus itself and through people actually starting to watch my shit because of Unus Annus, because I make videos about Unus Annus. Especially my recreating Unus or reacting to Unus Annus video is one of my more viewed videos. Because people think I'm just gonna be watching Unus Annus, but I'm not. So yeah, thank you all once again, and I'll see all of you in the next one. Bye.